Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Hellion. This is update 0.1.12 or 0.1.12 if you'd like to call it that, never mind, whichever one. And as well, along with the usual list of bug fixes, they have decided to add some new features this time, mainly tweaks for things such as like the way the HUD works and stuff like that. So we're going to go check these out. Going to suit up. One of the bugs they have not yet fixed though is occasionally whenever my game loads I have no sound, so we're gonna have to put up with that. I've been playing too much of some game because I keep pressing E instead of F. I can't remember what game it is. Oh, Skyrim, that's it. Too much Skyrim, sorry. Solar panels and capacitor. I'm not going to do the usual sequence of docking up or anything because, as you guys probably realised by now, there's not really much point doing that because it's still in alpha. The game is still in alpha, so every time there's a decent update, they wipe all the servers. So I have done this multiple times. So I know what I'm doing basically. I can happily just run through this. It's going to be a little disorientating without sound, but there was never that much sound anyway, so not a huge deal. Pull the door, press H, hold shift as the air gets sucked out. Okay. I believe it's J for jetpack. Yes it is. Good. Rotation lock is still shift. Good to know. So we're going to run through these changes one by one. Just need to go and find the mule, because it's actually... No, let's go to the docking module, because it makes sense. Because it's not too big or difficult to control. Just going to pull up the navigation menu with X. That's the one. The changes aren't overly apparent at the moment, but I think what they did was they changed some of the pressure indicators to have proper colours, such as red if the atmosphere is unbreathable. I think that's in the suit, or the external pressure as well. In fact, no, because the suit already had colours. Yeah, it's definitely the external pressure. Let's slow down. I think we're underneath it at the moment. Ugh. Holding shift to balance myself while I loop around. I'm going to try and keep on this side of it because it's a bit brighter. Just a bit. Okay, heading up to the docking panel. F, pressing E again. Far too much Skyrim. Last, but ooh, okay, yeah. This is one of the changes. It looks different now. So... Okay, so you see the down to the bottom left, the RCS fuel level is now a separate thing, and it's a little easier to read as well. Let's start moving. Oh, it must be pretty close to a planet if that's the shadow. Can't actually tell where it is. And the velocity indicators have changed so that it's... Oh, okay, that's why. So it's... Yeah, it's green if the distance indicator is green if you're pretty much matched velocity, and orange, no, red if you're moving away, blue if you're moving towards. That's the one. Let's back up and do this slowly. Need to go down a bit. About to demonstrate this. That's the mule there. So you see the indicator in the top right was very helpful in showing me actually where it was orientation wise relative to me. I'm not sure what that red circle is, but if I start accelerating, oh, it's orange. I thought it was meant to be blue. Okay. Oh no, I think that's for actually flying a ship. I'm doing the wrong thing. Never mind, let's use this to fly over anyways, and we should get there quicker. Now the Mule doesn't actually have a docking port, really. Not a proper one. It has the grappling hook on it. So if I slow down, that's good enough. I'm going to tab out and head across to the ship. So yeah, they just made it a bit nicer, I think. A bit easier to see stuff, because one problem I had before is that the numbers are very small on the screen. And I'm not sure if this applies to people with smaller monitors. I mean, I've got a full HD monitor, but yeah, I'm drifting. Why am I drifting? Shift. Holding shift, not doing anything. Okay, let's do this manually then. Depressurize. Yeah, I found that the numbers were quite hard to read, especially with the glass of the helmet sort of providing like a distortion effect. I mean, it's nice, you know, that you get the reflections and stuff like that, but it can be quite hard to read the tiny little numbers if you've got all these shapes flying across them. So yeah, they've made it a bit more colourful, so that you can just sort of see at a glance what's happening. Okay, that's depressurised. Let's open up the outer door. Still sound free, unfortunately. Can't do much about that. Let's turn the jetpack off. Shut the door and repressurise. There we go. So you see down at the bottom left that the external pressure is red, showing that it's technically unbreathable. And now it has gone white, which means that we can breathe. That's 0.5 bar. I'm going to open up the door. No, too soon. I like that. I like that it doesn't actually let you open the door until pressurization is complete. There we go. Door is open. Let's float down through the hatch without smacking our faces on the ground. Good stuff. Great success. Open up this bulkhead door. And you'll see here, indicators green, which means that whatever we're targeting, I'm not sure. Hello. I parked that nice and close, didn't I? Whatever we're targeting at the moment, which is the outpost, we are currently matched velocity with. So if we pop in the chair and just have a bit of fly around, you'll see some of the other bits. Let's get in the seat. So blue means that we're going towards. If I just change back to 0 velocity, red means we're now moving away. The little red indicator on the side means that we're that we have lateral velocity because we're not facing it perfectly. Hope I don't smack this as I come round. Whee! Alright then. Let's hop down here. It's either this or the other module. Can't actually see what's out there. Must be the one over here instead. Alright then. Yeah, it also gives you an ETA as well, depending on what your speed is, which is nice because then you can sort of, you know, say, okay, I've only got how much time for fuel. I have to get there in a certain amount of time, and you can plan accordingly. Right, so if I go left, then you'll see that it says that we need to go right, which indeed we do, and it'll also do it the other way around as well. Strange how it's not completely horizontal. I thought it would be. Oh well. And also blue if we head towards. You see the little speed bar at the bottom. And red if we move away. So let's throttle up and go towards. There we go. Just throwing it around really because, you know, I don't really need to be careful with it. I'm not planning on docking up ever. velocity. Does that work? I don't know. No, apparently not. We're still waiting for the day when match velocity works. Never mind. I've got KSP experience on my side. There we go. Sent it up. So yeah, those are the graphical changes. They've also changed the way undocking works. Beforehand you had to pull multiple handles and stuff like that. Now you only have to pull the one handle here to undock, which I think is alright. It's, you know, it makes sense, I suppose, to kind of like the Space Engineers merge blocks, whereas if you turn, you know, if you turn one off on either side, then the connection is broken and they have to separate. It does mean that if your ship ever loses power, then you've lost all your attachment bits, so powering down might not be the best idea. Previously, what you had to do was pull it on either side, which, yeah, doesn't really make sense for the grapple, because that sort of the grapple on the end of this ship sort of springs out and attaches to the required module, so it doesn't really work very well, because the mule is in control of the docking process. Pretty much, he's the sort of one who authorizes it. So yeah, they've also changed the way some of the ships are processed. Like if you remember in one of my previous videos, we got outside the ship and we couldn't actually see the exterior of the ship. We just saw like the internals, which was really cool. But yeah, it also meant that the ship was clipping through the asteroid at some points when I was trying to mine it and stuff, because I was in sort of like the ship was like one instance, and then the outside world is another one. So the fact that I was in the ship meant that I didn't actually have to play by the rules of the outside world, which meant I could indeed clip through the asteroid and potentially even hide inside of it, if I could get my piloting skill up good enough. Oh, the changes are there. The final fix that the team have made is that they have changed the way that scanning works. So if you have... Whoa! Crikey, that's a lot. Yeah, so you'll see here that all the little red indicators are too far away for me to physically ID the objects and sort of say what they are. So, you know, I know these are asteroids and these are derelicts or stations or modules or whatever. So these red little dots here. Oh god, what's just happened? It's frozen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they are... The fact that I've scanned them means that I know what orbit they're in, and I can actually proceed to match orbits with them and, you know, get up close to them. But I won't know what they are until I actually get close enough to physically ID them, or so that my scanners can pick it up from a greater accuracy. So that's a nice little feature, because I found that it was quite difficult to try and warp to something and you had no idea what it was. You know, you had no idea what orbit was in. You kind of had to guess it. So you had to kind of guess warp over there, then scan again, and then get into orbit with it afterwards once you figure that out. But yeah, orbits are pretty easy to deduce from real life examples. So yes, the fact that the scanners can do that, I think, is much more helpful. It makes it a lot easier for us to translate across space I still don't know if anyone's managed to actually change planets. I mean, like, I'm here orbiting, whatever the hell this planet's called, Enigma? I think that's what it's called. I don't know if anyone's actually made it from one planet to another yet. I don't know, it'd be cool to see that. But yeah, this up is stunningly large. And I am scrolling forever. And I probably will be. So yes, if you enjoyed this little update video, please let me know by leaving a like or a handy comment. Well, not a handy comment, but you know, a helpful comment, an encouraging comment, a nice comment. If you have any... Ooh, I forgot this was here. If you have any questions or criticism, please leave them also in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content. And if you would like to support me on Patreon, the link for that is down in the description. I'm going to shoot some guns because it makes no difference. Oh, okay. I'm holding the trigger and it's like a battle rifle. Can I click faster if I do that? I don't know. It does have an ammo indicator as well, which is nice. 7 rounds remaining. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was more than what I had. That's strange. Unless it's sets of 2, I have no idea. Oh well, yeah, so if you guys like this video, please let other people know about it, or let me know that you liked it, and I will continue to make more. Be very encouraging. What is that? Is that just a reflection? It is. I'm going paranoid. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!